Hi, my name is Teacher Emily, and I am here with CAM-ASEAN to deliver the very first YLP distance learning class. So this is for YLP 9, Supermind's introductory unit. So let's see what's next. Be sure to grab your book. It should be this one right here that says Supermind's Students Book 5. And we will be going through pages 4 through 9. This is the first page that we'll be looking at, and that is page 4. And anytime we start a new unit, that means we are going to start with vocabulary! Dun, dun, dun! So before we read all the words, let's read what's on the top of the page. This is called the science lesson. Alex, Phoebe, and Patrick are good friends. They all go to the same school. Today, they are in a science lesson. They are having problems doing an experiment. Their teacher, Mr. Davis, isn't very happy. Wow, look at that. Here is Mr. Davis. Here is Phoebe. This is Patrick. And that's Alex. Let's look at the first word. It's shelf. We can see the shelf in the classroom. Shelves are nice because they help organize things. You can see all the science materials are on top of the shelf. This next one is goggles. Goggles go over the eyes to protect the eyes. Sometimes people will use goggles in the science room, but they also can use goggles while swimming to make sure water doesn't get in their eyes. Next is instructions. Instructions tell you what to do step by step, like directions. Here, Phoebe is reading the instructions that are written on this piece of paper. She's telling her classmates what they need to do next. Now, number 4 is apron. All of them are wearing aprons because they need to protect their clothes. Aprons go around the neck and cover the front of you. You can wear aprons for science class, for cooking, and also for painting. Number 5 is explosion. Explosion is a big burst of energy. There are fun explosions like fireworks. I love fireworks. But there's some scary ones too, like when a volcano erupts. There's a big explosion of gas and fire and smoke, and oftentimes lava will come out of it also. Now, number 6 is bubbles. Bubbles are kind of fun. You should see lots of bubbles when you're washing your hands or washing the dishes. You can see bubbles in soda pop. Also, when you boil water, you can see the bubbles coming up. When the bubbles go really, really fast, that's when you know the water is very hot. Now, number 7, test tube. A test tube is usually a glass cylinder, and what's nice, it allows you to mix liquid and powder together in a safe place. You can see the test tube right here. Liquid. Liquid is number 8, and that is everything that is wet can be considered a liquid. So sweat is a liquid, water is liquid, juice, milk, oil, all of those things are liquids. Liquid is the opposite of a solid. Now, here's gloves. Gloves go on your hands to protect your hands. That's important to protect your hands too, not just your eyes and not just your clothes. And the last one is powder. Powder can be in different colors, but on the most part, it has the same kind of substance. So this is powder right here. I'm going to sprinkle some on my hands and show it to you. So you can see the powder. It's very fine. You can kind of see how it moves. Usually powder feels very soft on your hands, but you do need to be careful with it if you are making experiments. All right, now let's practice saying our words.
Welcome. The science lesson. Students' book, page 4. 1. Listen and say the words. Check with your partner. 1.
Shelf.
Shelf.
2.
Goggles.
Goggles.
3.
Instructions.
Instructions.
4.
Apron.
Apron.
5.
Explosion.
Explosion.
6.
Bubbles.
Bubbles.
7.
Test tube.
Test tube.
8.
Liquid.
Liquid.
9.
Gloves.
Gloves.
10.
Powder.
Powder. Very good. Great job, everyone. Now, let's go to the next page. We want to read, listen, and answer the questions. Let's read the questions first. How many spoons of blue powder did Patrick use? 2. How many spoons of blue powder did the instructions ask for? They might be different. What does Mr. Davis ask Patrick to put on? And what does Mr. Davis say about safety in the classroom? Let's listen.
Students' book, page 4. 2. Read, listen, and answer the questions.
Alex, Phoebe, and Patrick are good friends. They all go to the same school. Today, they are in a science lesson. They are having problems doing an experiment. Their teacher, Mr. Davis, isn't very happy.
Wow, what happened?
I don't know, but I think you did something wrong.
You added 2 spoons of blue powder. The instructions said 1 spoon. But look, it's really cool. Look at all these bubbles. Wow.
I don't think Mr. Davis is very happy. Look, he's coming towards us.
What happened here?
Nothing. It was just a small accident.
It doesn't look like a small accident to me. Did you follow the instructions carefully?
Yes.
Maybe we did something wrong.
Well, try and be a bit more careful, please.
Okay.
And Patrick, why aren't you wearing your safety goggles?
I don't know where they are.
Well, get some more from the shelf over there.
Okay.
Remember, safety is very important in the science lab. Now carry on with the other instructions.
Thanks for getting us into trouble, Patrick. Sorry.
Okay, let's find out the answers. So number 1, how many spoons of blue powder did Patrick use? Let's see. He used 2 spoons. Now, number 2. How many spoons of blue powder did the instructions ask for? Ah, only 1 spoon. Now, what does Mr. Davis ask Patrick to put on? Mr. Davis asked Patrick to put on safety goggles. And number 4, what does Mr. Davis say about safety in the classroom? He says safety is very important in the science lab. That's true. Now, if you want to have a little bit of fun, try and play a game with your mom or dad, a friend, or a sibling. So choose a word from the vocabulary, act it out to see if they can guess what it is. Let me know if it works. Now, it's time to put on our thinking caps. We are going to read the clues and tick the check with the subjects. So Alex, Patrick, and Phoebe are sometimes in different classes. What lessons did they have yesterday afternoon? Let's look at this first. Phoebe only had 2 lessons. Okay, so we know she had 2. Phoebe didn't sing a song and didn't listen to music. Let's look here. Music, history, and science. Well, Phoebe didn't have music. Okay, we know that's true. Patrick loved all 3 subjects. Oh, so Patrick went to all of the classes. There we go. On this other side, it said, Alex, Phoebe, and Patrick watched a film. The film was about life in ancient Rome. Ancient means something from a long time ago in the past. So, they must be watching a film in history class. And here it says, Alex only had 1 subject. So if Alex was in history class, that means he wasn't in music or science. And we also know that Phoebe was in science class. Good job, everyone. Now, I want you to listen and say the sentences, because this is what we're going to do for our grammar focus. One of the children had 3 subjects. Nobody had a test. Alex, Phoebe, and Patrick watched a film. Phoebe didn't have music. Patrick loved all 3 subjects. Be sure to look at the highlighted words had, watched, didn't have, loved. This means all of these actions happened in the past. Now, let's listen and say the sentences.
Student's Book, page 5. 2. Listen and say the sentences.
One of the children had 3 subjects.
One of the children had 3 subjects.
Nobody had a test.
Nobody had a test.
Alex, Phoebe, and Patrick watched a film.
Alex, Phoebe, and Patrick watched a film.
Phoebe didn't have music.
Phoebe didn't have music.
Patrick loved all 3 subjects.
Patrick loved all 3 subjects. All right, that was awesome. Good job. Now, let's go on. If you want to go on to quizzes, you can take a quiz, and that's a grammar focus quiz. It's called Experiments. Now, Listen and write the names. This is all about a new song we get to learn. Songs are very fun. I love to sing. Sometimes I don't have a great voice, but I still love to sing. Before we sing, let's look at the sentences we need to answer. Number 1, this person is not very patient. 2, this person went after Phoebe. 3, this person is Phoebe's best friend. 4, this person is never early. 5, these people can go to the past and the future.
Student's Book, page 6. 1. Listen and write the names. Then sing the song.
Phoebe was the first one, she didn't want to wait. Now she's lost in time because she stepped into that gate.
Alex followed Phoebe because he's her best mate. Now he's lost in time because he stepped into that gate.
Patrick was the last one, but then he's always late. Now he's lost in time because he stepped into that gate.
The time travelers, they're lost in time. They'll never come back if they cross that line. The time travelers, traveling so fast. The past is the present and the future is the past. Phoebe was the first one, she didn't want to wait. Now she's lost in time because she stepped into that gate. Stepped into that gate. Stepped into that gate.
Okay, let's look at number 1 again. Who is the person who is not very patient? Phoebe. This person went after Phoebe. Alex. This person is Phoebe's best friend. Alex. This person is never early. Patrick. These people can go to the past and the future. It's Phoebe, Alex, and Patrick. I bet you got all of those right. Now, let's listen to the song. Let's try to sing along.
Student's Book, page 6. 1. Listen and write the names. Then sing the song.
Phoebe was the first one, she didn't want to wait. Now she's lost in time because she stepped into that gate.
Alex followed Phoebe because he's her best mate. Now he's lost in time because he stepped into that gate.
Patrick was the last one, but then he's always late. Now he's lost in time because he stepped into that gate.
The time travelers, they're lost in time. They'll never come back if they cross that line. The time travelers, traveling so fast.
The past is in the present and the future is in the past. Phoebe was the first one. She didn't want to wait. Now she's lost in time because she stepped into that gate. Stepped into that gate. Stepped into that gate. I like that song, but I think I am going to have to practice. Now, let's listen and say some words. Sue, do you want to go through the gate too? Ben, let's follow the friends till the story ends. Ah, this is a fun rhyme. Now, before we say it again, let's think of some other words that rhyme together. We have Sue, do, you, through, to, goo, moo, poo, stew. I like all those words. Can you think of more words that can rhyme with Sue? Ah, the next one, Ben, friends, ends, blend, mend. Those are a few. Ah, I bet you can think of even more. Let's listen to the audio and practice the words.
Student's Book, page 6. 2. Listen and say the dialogue.
Do you want to go through the gate too?
Let's follow the friends till the story ends.
Sue,
Do you want to go through the gate too?
Let's follow the friends till the story ends.
All right, very good. I think you should practice that at least 2 times to make sure you can say the words well. Now, how many of these emojis do you recognize? Probably a lot of them, right? So sometimes when we use emojis, it's all about a way to tell people how we feel. So I'm going to ask you, how are you feeling? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you angry? Are you proud? Well, I hope everyone is happy. When we have emotions, we can also share expressions to let people know how we feel. So here, you can tell that my expression means I'm happy. To feel happy means that you feel emotions. Emotions can be happy, sad, angry, surprised. There's lots of emotions. Let's see how Alex, Phoebe, and Patrick feel. Let's look at Alex first. Number 1 says, read and choose correct face for each of the children. I might have to move my camera over here for a moment. Did you have a good day at school, Alex? It was okay. Just okay? Yes, it was just a normal day, nothing special. All right. Which one would fit Alex's emotions and expression? Happy, normal, or sad? If you chose B, you're right, because he is having a normal day. let's read about Patrick and his dad. How was school today, Patrick? It was the worst day ever. Why was it so bad? Our football team lost 6-0, and I was the goalkeeper. Poor Patrick. Was Patrick happy, normal, or sad? If you chose C, you're right. He's sad. Now, let's look at the last one. Phoebe. Her mom says, "What did you do at school today, Phoebe?" "We talked about geography project. And guess what?" "What?" "I'm doing a project on Mexico. I'm so excited." Is Phoebe happy, normal, or sad? If you said happy, you're right. She's A. Good job, everyone. I hope you're happy if you got all the answers right. Now, let's go to part 2. I want you to listen and say the questions. What did you do at school today? Did you have a good time? How was school today? Why was it a bad day? These are all questions that ask about something in the simple past. Let's listen and repeat.
Student's Book, page 7. 2. Listen and say the questions.
What did you do at school today?
What did you do at
Did you
school
have
today?
a good time?
Did you have a good time?
How was school today?
How was school today?
Why was it a bad day?
Why was it a bad day? All right. Good job on repeating all the questions. Now, this is the last part for today's lesson. Imagine that yesterday was the worst day ever. I want you to share it with a friend or a family member. Let's look at some examples. What time did you get up? I woke up at 6 o'clock. My babysitter cried so loudly. If her babysitter cried, that means she was very unhappy. And she doesn't want her babysitter to cry, so that made her feel bad. Tell someone about a bad day that you had. And I bet you they can find a way to help you feel better about it. It feels good to share our emotions and our feelings. That's all for now, class. Have a great day. I will see you soon. Bye.